Alright guys, first SH of the season. It is cold out here. It's February something. I don't know, 8th, 9th, 10th. You let me know. Jobs coming up on Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be high of 71 on Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be a phenomenal day for washing here in Alabama. Now, if you guys are up north, your season probably hasn't started back yet much unless you're doing gutters right now, but so here's what we got going on. We got 275 gallons of SH coming today. This is a new IBC tote. Typically we fill this one, and then if we order before we get totally out, we put the excess as it comes in into this one. So we've always got plenty of SH during the season, that is. During the winter time, we don't worry about it. From December 15th till about now, we don't worry about having SH because there's just not much going on. Or we run through the last of what we have because it's nice and slow. This tank here, no bueno. If you come over here and you push on it, the top doesn't bow up at all. That means there's a hole in it somewhere. It's no longer airtight. I also know there's a hole in it because some of the SH that was in the very bottom of this is no longer in the bottom of this. And look at the metal. Now that's from spillage over the side where our pump is normally. But look over here. That's not from spillage. That down there on the bottom of this lets me know that that metal down there should look like that metal down there. But again, I can also tell it failed probably here and broke maybe due to the cold. See the rust on that? All of that rust means SH got all over that, because look at this one. Tiny bit of SH dripped, and it's just a little bit of rust. Now again, this is a much newer one here, but if we push on this, the top bows out. That's how you know. Also, if you haven't opened it in a while, you'll get an airlock seal here that breaches and you'll hear the air go psh. Now it probably won't do that right now because I opened it yesterday to check on it, but nope, I don't really hear it, but that's okay. Long story short, good to go. There's a little bit of SH in there. It smells delicious. I can see a little bit of the pieces of brick in there. I use that brick to hold my hose down, and that holds this hose here down in the mix when we're very, very low. When we're full, it doesn't matter, the hose is fine, but I just leave the brick attached. Somebody asked how I attached it, so check this out. Hose is through the hole in the brick, 2 screws hold it so the hose can't come out. Very simple, nothing fancy. I don't think the brick affects anything. Our SH system has a filter on it, so I don't worry about the brick dust getting in there or anything. It's very minimal, if anything, and even a little isn't going to hurt this pump. If we get a year out of one of these pumps, we feel pretty lucky. Normally we get about 2 years out of it, maybe a year and a half. This one is fairly new. We bought it towards the end of last season, so it's chilly in here, but it should work just fine. We did pump out of it about a month ago, and that was about the rest we could get out of there without putting more SH in there. Now I could always drain some out of the bottom down here, but like we talked about a second ago, I hate opening that, because if even a little starts dripping out or you don't get a complete seal or closure on it, you could potentially lose a lot of bleach over a month or so, or if it caused a problem and leaked out even faster. So we don't like doing that. We pay about $3.90 something or $3 something for a gallon of 12% sodium hypochlorite. So 275 gallons ends up being about $1,200 every time we refill it. So again, since our season is starting up, we gotta get going. We could drive down there and fill up our 60-gallon SH tank on the trailer, but we get tired of refilling that thing so much. Monday we got a huge roof wash, huge brick house wash. It's going to need 3%. I did that in the video yesterday if y'all want to take a look at that. We're going to need plenty of SH for that job. So yeah, this tank has a hole in it. I got to see if they're going to come and pick it up or how I need to dispose of it. Typically we don't pay for these tanks. The company we buy our SH from, because we buy so much SH, they make sure we have tanks to keep our season rocking and rolling. Again, roughly over 500 gallons of SH is more than you'd ever need, but we never have them both full. Sometimes when this one gets down to about a quarter way, if we're super busy and got big jobs coming up, we'll go ahead and order, and they'll fill this one up and put it over that way, because we have to get at least 275 gallons every time they come out, which is fine. It works out fine. So yeah, that's what we got going on here. Leaky IBC tote. Let me know in the comments. You guys ever had an IBC tote leak on you? Let me know. Are you guys to the point in your pressure washing business where you're buying 275 gallons worth of SH at a time? Most people are not. Again, we started about 4.5 years ago, something like that, 4 years ago, and we were getting the pool essentials from Walmart for $5.67 a gallon. That's a 10% sodium hypochlorite. And we just slowly been working our way up and working our way up. Some of you guys recognize this from an old video. Remember when I built that thing? Made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with that tank. That helped us to step up to the next level. Remember putting, we used to use this on driveways to post-treat and pre-treat. Then we got the 12-volt pump system on our trailer, which allowed it to be much faster. Now we got a P40 at 11 gallons a minute. So we can drench a driveway pretty quick as far as post-treating and pre-treating. But we started with pump-up sprayers. That's how we started this out, pumping up. You know, we'd have several of those cheap $14 Kaplan, I think is who makes them, Chaplin, from Walmart, the garden center. And we got this one here, and he's got, my buddy and partner's got one of those as well. And you know, it probably doesn't even work anymore because the end is seized with SH by now, I'm sure. Plus I haven't used it in 2 years. But you slowly step up. We went from the $14 pump sprayer to this $50 DeWalt's. They worked great. Then we ended up getting a backpack pump sprayer. I don't even think we even use that anymore. He might use it at his house, but we don't use it for work. This is just where you got to get to, guys. You got to be able to put out fires in your pressure washing business because these things come up. We were slow from December 15th until now, basically. And next week I've got, you know, we got a couple $1,000s going to be on the schedule already. So, well, a few thousand we should say. But yeah, it's going to be a good start. But if I'd have come out here and not noticed that this was no bleach in the bottom and it was just dried out, I'll show you that. I might have told my bleach guy to drop my bleach in the same one he always does, which is this one. I'm not even gonna, yeah, there it is. And that would have been problematic because this has a giant hole somewhere. See that? Bone dry, baby. Even below the water line there, or the exit line for that drain, bone dry in there. So that would have been very bad to drop $1,200 worth of SH in here. No bueno. I gotta clean my griddle there. If you guys have ever had one of those and you let it sit anywhere outside at all, even if it doesn't get direct water on it, it's gonna rust. But don't worry, you can always scrub it off with some SOS, Brillo pad, that kind of stuff. Give it the good scrub love and it'll wash up good and clean up good. You just have to re-season it afterwards, just like any cast iron skillet, and that's fine. So yeah, guys, this is what you got to do, man. Be prepared to look for that stuff. Have a backup plan. A lot of people that do get IBC totes of SH delivered to them, they have that one tote and it gets pumped in off a truck into that other tote, their tote. Having this backup for extra or run over, as they call it, because we do sometimes order before we're totally out. And if you got 20 gallons in there, you can't fit 275 gallons in there. You got to have somewhere for the other 20 gallons to go. Having this for that purpose is great, but having it now as a backup so I can at least have some bleach and get back in business is amazing, guys. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. Where y'all ordering? Getting what are you paying for bleach? How much are you ordering at a time? I'd love to know how your pressure washing businesses are going during the slower months, guys. CEO of one. We'll see ya.